Hello everyone, this is M. Pawan Kumar from Tribuli branch first year, and my roll number is 15 and subject is DC machines and transformation. So my topic is in DC machines is about digital signal processing in power electronic control circuits and second edition. So let us enter into the topic. So what is signal process? So here is in the type of a diagram, signal in, processing and signal out. This is analog or digital process which passes the signal. So this is we known as signal processing. Example of signals: analog. In examples of analog: speech, music, photos, videos, radars and sonars. These are all examples of analog signal processing. So in the signal processing there are two: analog and digital processing. So in analog, speech, music, photos, videos and radar, these are the examples. And discrete domain and or digital, so we can call as two names: discrete domain and or digital. So in the digital signal processing, digitalized speech, digitalized music, digitalized images, digitalized videos, digitalized radar and sonar signals, stock market data, daily max temperature data. These are the examples of digital signal processing. Applications of digital signal processing. So the points which are seeing in the table, the slide, these are the examples of applications of the digital signal processing. So audio and speech signal processing, sonar and radar signal processing, sensor array processing, spectrum estimations, statistic signal processing, digital image processing, signal processing of communication, control of system, biomedical signal processing, speech code in cell phones. So these are the applications of digital signal processing. So digital control algorithm of the power electronic circuits using the digital signal processing DSP methods covering and the general problems of the analog signal accuracies from the power electronic digital control circuitries such as sample rates, number of bytes and galvanic isolations, signal to the noise ratio, SNRS, anti-aliasing filters, AC and DC current sensors, bandwidth of signals, signal ranges including to the MATLAB examples of illustrating of the considered problems made digital control circuits in the current iterated are described by the analog transmittance. This may not always be acceptable, especially if the sampling frequency and the power transistors switching frequency and close to the band of interest. Therefore, a digital circuit is considered as a digital control rather than an analog circuits. This helps to avoid error and instability in the high frequency components. Digital signal processing in power electronic control circuits covered. So digital signal processing in the power design realized of the digital control algorithm for the power electronic circuits using the digital signal processing DSP methods. So, digital signal processing. So, these are the some categories divided. So, communication theory, numerical analysis, probability and statistics, analog signal processing, decision theory, digital electronics and analog electronics. These are the digital signal processings which are could be included. So these are the categorized which communication theory, numerical analysis and probability and statistics, analog signal processing, decision theory and digital electronics and analog electronics. So this book bridges the gap between the power electronics and DSP. The following realizations of the digital control circuits are considered: the signal processors, microprocessors, microcontrollers, programmable digital circuits discussed in the book is the signal processing starting from analog signal descriptions through the conversion to the digital form of the methods of its filterization and suppression and the end with the pulse control output power transistors. The book is focused on the two applications for the considered methods of the digital signal processing: an active power filtered and the digital class D power amplifiers. So from the analog signal accretions through the conversion or to the digital form, methods of its filtration and suppression, the end with the pulse controls and output power transistors. The book is focused on the two applications of the considered methods of the digital signals powers processing and an activity of power filtration and digital class D power amplifiers. So signal processing. So in the signal processing, input signals will goes to the applications and systems, program memory and data memory. So this will be the input signals will goes into the application system. There will be recognition of program memory and data memory, and it will comes out in the form of output signals. This is the process of signal processing. The major benefit to reading the acquisition of specific knowledge concern, concerning discussed on the processing of signals from the voltage and current sensors using a digital signal processor and to this signal controlling the output inverted transistors included are some MATLAB example for illustration of the considered problem. Category of signal processing: analog signal processing. So categories of signal processing: analog signal processing for signals that have to be digitalized, as in classical radio, telephone, radar and in television system. This involves linear electronic circuits such as passive filters, active filters, additive mixers, integrators and delay lines. Digital signal processing. So in digital signal processing use a unique type of data signal and for processing. So a signal refers to continue the function of one or more variables such as time, spaces, frequency, etc. The voltage across a resistance, velocity of vehicles, light intensity of an image, temperature, pressure inside the system. So digital signal processing DSP refers to the various techniques of improving the accuracy and reliability of the digital communication. The theory behind the DSP is quite complex. Basically, DSP works as a clarified or standing the levels of the states of the digital signals. So, digital signal processing of the DSP refers to the various techniques of the improving the accuracy and reliability of the digital communication. This theory behind the DSP is quite complex. Basically, DSP works by the classifying or standardizing the levels of the states of the digital signals. So this is about the topic which I selected in the DS. Thank you.